What if I told you that the very first thing you drink in the morning could either support your kidneys or slowly make their job harder day after day? Most people never think about this. They wake up, grab whatever is easiest, maybe a sugary drink, a strong coffee on an empty stomach, or something loaded with artificial ingredients, and they move on with their day. But what many people do not realize is that your kidneys have already been working hard all night long while you were asleep. While you rest, your kidneys stay on duty. They help filter waste from your blood, regulate fluid balance, support healthy blood pressure, and keep important minerals in the right range. By the time you wake up, your body is naturally a little dehydrated. Your urine is more concentrated, and your kidneys are ready for support. That means your first drink of the day matters more than most people think. And no, this is not about some expensive miracle powder or trendy detox bottle with a fancy label. The truth is much simpler. Some morning drinks can help hydrate your body, reduce unnecessary stress on your kidneys, and support your urinary system in a natural and gentle way. Other drinks, especially when used daily, may quietly add more sugar, more strain, more inflammation, and more work for organs that are already doing one of the most important jobs in your body. That is why today, we are going to talk about the top 4 best morning drinks that can help support kidney health, encourage healthy hydration, and give your body a cleaner, lighter start to the day, using simple ingredients that are easy to find and easy to enjoy. These are not magic cures. They will not reverse serious kidney disease overnight. But when used consistently as part of a healthier routine, they can become smart daily habits that help protect your kidneys over time. And that is how real health works. Not through one dramatic fix, but through small choices repeated again and again. So if you want to start your morning in a way that helps your body, instead of making it struggle, stay with me until the end. Because drink number 4 may seem the most basic of all, but it is also one of the most powerful. Let's begin. Number 1. Cranberry juice. Did you know that one simple morning drink may help support your urinary tract and make life a little easier for your kidneys? That drink is cranberry juice. Now, cranberry juice is often talked about as a bladder-friendly drink, but many people do not realize that it can also play a helpful supporting role in kidney health when used the right way. Let's start with one important reason why. Cranberries are naturally lower in potassium than many other fruit-based drinks. That matters because potassium is a mineral your body needs, but when kidney function is reduced, excess potassium can become harder to manage. For people trying to be more kidney conscious, choosing drinks that are not overloaded with potassium can sometimes be a smarter option. Cranberry juice also contains vitamin C and other plant compounds with antioxidant properties. Why is that important? Because your kidneys work constantly to filter waste products from your bloodstream. Over time, normal metabolic processes and inflammation can contribute to oxidative stress in the body. Antioxidants help your body defend itself against this kind of stress. Think of it this way. Your kidneys are like highly efficient filters that never get a day off. The less unnecessary irritation and stress they face, the better they can keep doing their job. But one of the biggest reasons cranberry juice gets so much attention is its connection to urinary tract health. Many kidney problems do not begin in the kidneys themselves. Sometimes the trouble starts lower down in the urinary tract. When bacteria stick to the lining of the bladder and begin multiplying, that can lead to urinary discomfort or infection. If those infections keep happening or travel upward, they can create more problems for the urinary system and potentially place stress on the kidneys. Cranberry contains natural compounds that may help reduce the ability of certain bacteria to stick to the walls of the urinary tract. In simple terms, it may help make it harder for unwanted bacteria to settle in and stay there. That means your body has a better chance of flushing them out naturally. And that brings us to why the morning is such a good time to drink it. After a full night of sleep, your body tends to be mildly dehydrated. Urine is more concentrated, and that means the urinary system is starting the day in a thicker, more stagnant state than it will be later after hydration. A modest amount of diluted cranberry juice in the morning can help start rehydration while also supporting the urinary tract at a time when fresh fluid is especially helpful. It is like opening the windows in a room that has been closed all night. Everything feels fresher, movement starts again, flow improves. But there is one very important warning here. Not all cranberry juice is healthy. In fact, many cranberry drinks sold in stores are packed with sugar. Some are more like sweet fruit cocktails than actual cranberry juice. Too much added sugar can raise blood sugar, contribute to weight gain, increase inflammation, and over time place extra strain on blood vessels, including the tiny blood vessels that support kidney function. So if you want the benefits, choose wisely. Look for unsweetened cranberry juice or a low-sugar version with minimal ingredients. If the flavor feels too strong, dilute it with water. A simple mix like 1 part cranberry juice to 3 parts water often works well. That way you reduce the sharpness, improve hydration, and avoid turning it into a sugar bomb. You can even make a simple homemade version. Take fresh or frozen cranberries, simmer them gently in water for around 10 to 15 minutes. Strain the liquid, let it cool, and store it in the refrigerator. If you want, add a small squeeze of lemon for brightness. If absolutely needed, add only a tiny amount of honey, but keep sweetness minimal. The goal is support, not dessert. And remember, cranberry juice is not for everybody in unlimited amounts. If you are on a special kidney diet, taking blood-thinning medication, prone to certain types of kidney stones, or under medical supervision for kidney disease, it is always smart to check with your healthcare provider. If you mention a doctor in your content, let that doctor be Dr. Jessica. Because as Dr. Jessica would say, the healthiest drink is not the one with the biggest promise. It is the one that fits your body safely and consistently. That is the real key. Consistency. A single glass will not transform your kidneys overnight. But a smart, low-sugar morning habit, repeated over weeks and months, can support hydration, urinary tract health, and better daily choices. So if you want a drink that is easy, affordable, refreshing, and supportive when used correctly, cranberry juice deserves a place near the top of the list. A small glass in the morning may be one of the simplest ways to show your kidneys a little respect before the day even begins. Number 2. Green tea. If cranberry juice is the refreshing protector, then green tea is the quiet daily defender. It does not look dramatic. It does not come with flashy colors or bold advertising. But inside that warm, light cup is a combination of hydration and plant compounds that can support your body in powerful ways, including helping reduce some of the stresses linked with poor kidney health. So what makes green tea special? The answer starts with antioxidants. Green tea contains catechins, naturally occurring compounds known for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. One of the most talked about compounds in green tea is EGG, a plant chemical studied for its ability to help fight oxidative stress and support healthier cell function. Why does that matter for your kidneys? Because inflammation and oxidative stress are two of the biggest silent pressures in the body. Over time, they can affect blood vessels, tissues, and organ function. Since the kidneys rely on healthy blood flow and delicate filtration structures, anything that helps the body stay calmer and less inflamed may be helpful as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Green tea may also support metabolic health. That matters more than many people realize. Two of the biggest drivers of kidney damage over time are high blood pressure and poor blood sugar control. When blood pressure stays high, it can damage the tiny filtering units inside the kidneys. When blood sugar stays too high for too long, it can injure blood vessels and create long-term strain. Green tea is not a treatment for either condition, but when it replaces sugary drinks and becomes part of a healthier routine, it can support better daily habits that are easier on the kidneys. Another reason people talk about green tea and kidney health is hydration without heavy calories. A lot of people start their day with drinks that are sweet, creamy, artificial, or overloaded with empty calories. Green tea gives you fluid, warmth, and a gentle lift without all that extra burden. It is a cleaner start. For some people, that alone makes a huge difference. Now let's talk about kidney stones for a moment. Kidney stones can form when certain minerals and waste products become concentrated in urine and begin to crystallize. Staying hydrated is one of the best general ways to reduce this risk. Green tea contributes to fluid intake, and some research suggests its antioxidant compounds may also play a supportive role in reducing certain forms of stress linked with stone formation. Morning is one of the best times to enjoy it. After sleeping, your body needs fluid. Your system is waking up slowly, a warm cup of green tea can reintroduce hydration gently while helping you avoid the sharp crash that often follows sugary drinks. Compared with heavily sweetened beverages, green tea feels lighter, cleaner, and more stable. It says, "Let's start well." And sometimes that is all your body needs. But preparation matters more than people think. If you pour boiling water directly onto green tea and leave it for too long, you can end up with a bitter drink that feels harsh and less enjoyable. Instead, use hot water that is just below boiling, then steep it for around 2 to 3 minutes. That usually gives you a smoother cup while helping preserve the flavor and beneficial compounds. You do not need 6 cups a day. In fact, for most people, 1 to 3 cups daily is more than enough. If you are sensitive to caffeine, choose decaf green tea or keep your serving small. You can also add a slice of lemon if you want a brighter flavor and an extra touch of freshness. What you should not do is load it with sugar. That defeats the whole purpose. A drink cannot protect your kidneys while arriving covered in syrup. Keep it simple, keep it light. Now, green tea is not a miracle detox potion. Let's be honest about that. Your kidneys already detox your blood naturally. Their job is to filter and regulate. What green tea can do is support a healthier internal environment, give you fluid, provide antioxidants, and help you replace more harmful morning habits with something smarter. And that is a powerful change. Because health damage rarely begins with one huge mistake. It begins with 100 little choices made on autopilot. Likewise, health protection often starts the same way. One better drink, one calmer morning, one small routine that makes your body's hardest working systems feel a little less burdened. That is green tea. Simple, gentle, steady. The kind of habit that does not scream for attention, but quietly helps over time. So if you want a morning drink that feels clean, comforting, and genuinely supportive, green tea absolutely earns its place on this list. Number 3. Healthy smoothies. Now let's move to a morning drink that feels a little more like a meal, gives you more staying power, and can be one of the most satisfying ways to support your body when made correctly. Healthy smoothies. This is where a lot of people go wrong. They hear the word smoothie and think anything blended must be healthy. But that is not true. Some smoothies are basically milkshakes in disguise, overloaded with sugar, giant fruit portions, sweetened yogurt, flavored syrups, and ingredients that can send blood sugar skyrocketing. That is not what we want. A truly kidney-conscious smoothie should be balanced, gentle, hydrating, and made with ingredients that support your body instead of overwhelming it. The biggest strength of a healthy smoothie is that it can deliver fluids, antioxidants, and useful nutrients in a form that is easy to consume first thing in the morning. For people who do not feel like eating a heavy breakfast, this can be a very practical option. It gives the body something nourishing without requiring a big meal. So what ingredients make the best kidney-friendly smoothie? Let's start with berries. Blueberries and strawberries are some of the best options because they are rich in antioxidants and natural plant compounds called polyphenols. These compounds help the body defend itself against oxidative stress. They also support overall cell health, including the health of tissues that rely on stable circulation and low inflammation. That matters for the kidneys. Blueberries and strawberries are also popular because they are generally lower in potassium than some other fruits like bananas or oranges. That does not mean those other fruits are bad, but for people who are trying to be more careful with kidney-friendly choices, berries often fit more easily into a supportive routine. Next, think about the base. A good choice is plain unsweetened yogurt, especially if you tolerate dairy well. It adds creaminess, some protein, and beneficial bacteria that may support gut health. A healthier gut may help reduce inflammation in the body, and less inflammation is generally a good thing for your kidneys and your overall health. If dairy is not ideal for you, an unsweetened plant-based option may work, but watch the ingredient label carefully. Many alternatives are filled with sugar, gums, or additives that do not add much value. The key word here is unsweetened. That cannot be repeated enough. Sugar is one of the biggest hidden problems in morning drinks. Excess sugar can increase insulin demand, contribute to weight gain, worsen blood sugar control, and damage blood vessels over time. Since the kidneys depend on healthy blood vessels to filter blood properly, protecting those vessels matters. So if you are making a smoothie to support your kidneys, Do not sabotage it with juice concentrates, flavored yogurt, chocolate syrups, or spoonfuls of sugar. Let the fruit do the work. If you want a simple recipe, try this. Take half a cup of blueberries or strawberries, add plain unsweetened yogurt, and blend with a little water or a few ice cubes until smooth. That already gives you a balanced, easy, refreshing drink. You can make it slightly more filling by adding a small spoon of ground flaxseed. Flaxseed adds fiber and healthy fats that support heart health, and that matters because the heart and kidneys are deeply connected. Better circulation and better vascular health support kidney function too. Some people like to add greens. That can work, but be smart about it. A few leaves of spinach may add nutrients, but if someone has already been told to watch potassium intake, they should not throw in handful after handful without thinking. More is not always better. Healthy eating becomes truly healthy when it is matched to your body's needs. This is why natural does not automatically mean safe in any amount. The reason smoothies work so well in the morning is that they combine hydration with nourishment. After a night of fasting, your body needs fluid and a steady source of support. A well-made smoothie can help you feel energized without the heaviness of fried breakfast foods or the sugar spike of pastries and sweet drinks. It can also reduce the temptation to reach for unhealthy snacks later in the morning. That matters. When your breakfast keeps you stable, your whole day often goes better. And there is another hidden advantage. Smoothies make it easier to build consistency. It is hard for many people to prepare a perfect breakfast every day, especially when mornings are busy. But throwing a few simple ingredients into a blender is realistic. The easier a healthy habit is, the more likely you are to keep doing it. That is where real change happens. Not in rare moments of motivation, but in routines that are easy enough to repeat even on tired mornings. Just remember one rule: balance over excess. Do not turn your smoothie into a fruit overload. Do not make it dessert in a glass. Do not assume that adding 10 ingredients is better than using 3 good ones. A smoothie should support your kidneys, not confuse them. When made the right way, a healthy smoothie can help hydrate your body, deliver antioxidants, support stable energy, and reduce the chance that your morning starts with something far more harmful. So if you want a breakfast drink that feels comforting, practical, and nourishing while still being light enough for the morning, a simple berry smoothie is one of the best options you can choose. Number 4. Plain water. Now we come to the drink that many people ignore because it seems too simple. No bright color. No health trend. No fancy marketing. Just water. And yet plain water may be the single most important morning drink for kidney support. Why? Because your kidneys depend on fluid. Their job is to filter waste from your blood, regulate electrolytes, balance fluids, and help remove what your body does not need through urine. When you are underhydrated, all of that becomes harder. Urine becomes more concentrated, waste products become more crowded, the risk of crystal formation can increase. The urinary system has less fluid flow to help flush things through. Water makes the whole system work more smoothly. It helps maintain circulation. It supports filtration. It encourages regular urine flow. It reduces concentration. It creates movement. And the morning is the perfect time for it. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you wake up naturally dehydrated to some degree. You have been breathing, sweating lightly, and filtering fluids all night without replacing what was lost. That means the first glass of water in the morning is not just a habit. It is a signal to your body that support has arrived. A lot of people wake up and go straight to coffee. Now, coffee itself is not the enemy for everyone, but when it becomes the first and only thing going into a dehydrated body, some people end up overlooking the basic hydration they actually need. Water first is a smarter foundation. It is the most honest drink on this list. It does not promise miracles. It simply helps the body do what it was designed to do. That includes the kidneys. There is also an important connection between hydration and kidney stone prevention. One of the simplest ways to reduce the risk of many stones is to avoid chronically concentrated urine. Water helps dilute minerals and waste products, so they are less likely to collect and harden. It also supports the urinary tract more broadly by helping the body flush regularly. But here is where we need to be careful. More water is not always better. That is one of the biggest myths online. Some people hear, water is healthy, and assume they should force huge amounts into their body all day long. But people with advanced kidney disease, heart problems, or certain medical conditions may have fluid restrictions. Drinking beyond what the body can handle is not wise. So the goal is not excess. The goal is appropriate hydration. For many people, starting the morning with one small to moderate glass of water, then continuing to sip steadily through the day, is a much better strategy than chugging massive amounts at once. Slow, steady hydration is easier on the body and more supportive overall. Temperature can matter too. Many people find that room temperature water feels gentler first thing in the morning than ice-cold water. It is easier to drink, easier on an empty stomach, and a smoother way to wake the system up. If plain water feels too boring, you can make it slightly more enjoyable without ruining it. Add a thin slice of lemon or a few cucumber slices if you like. Keep it natural. Skip artificial flavor packets and heavily sweetened add-ins. The cleaner it stays, the more useful it remains. And do not underestimate the power of routine. A glass of water next to your bed. A bottle ready in the kitchen. A simple habit attached to brushing your teeth. These tiny systems matter because they remove friction. When healthy behavior becomes automatic, your kidneys benefit without you needing to think about it every morning. Water may not be exciting enough for a dramatic headline, but if you ask what drink does the most reliable daily work, water deserves enormous respect. It hydrates without sugar, supports without stimulants, helps without side effects for most people, and creates the flow your kidneys need to do their job. So yes, the simplest drink on this list may also be the most powerful. When people talk about flushing toxins, what they often really need is not some exotic cleanse. What they need is enough clean fluid for their kidneys and urinary system to function properly. That is where water shines. Quietly, consistently, effectively. What to avoid in the morning if you want to protect your kidneys. Now that we have covered the top 4 best drinks, it is just as important to talk about what can work against you. Because protecting your kidneys is not only about adding the right habits. It is also about reducing the wrong ones. The first thing to watch is sugary drinks. That includes sodas, sweetened juices, energy drinks, flavored coffees loaded with syrup, and many bottled health beverages that are really just liquid sugar in disguise. These drinks can spike blood sugar, contribute to weight gain, increase inflammation, and damage blood vessels over time. Since the kidneys depend on tiny healthy blood vessels to filter blood efficiently, repeated sugar overload is not a small issue. Next, be careful with highly processed drinks that contain artificial colors, chemical additives, and excessive sodium. Even when they seem harmless, these products often bring very little nutritional value while adding more substances your body has to process. Also think about habitual dehydration. Some people do not drink enough fluid in the morning at all. They wake up, rush out the door, and do not take in meaningful hydration for hours. That can leave urine concentrated and make the kidneys work in a less favorable environment. Finally, watch out for the health halo effect. Just because something has fruit on the label, says detox, or comes in a green bottle, does not mean it helps your kidneys. Marketing is not medicine. Read labels, check sugar, keep it simple. Your body usually does better with honest basics than with flashy promises. How to build the best morning routine for kidney support. If you want the biggest benefit from these drinks, do not think of them as isolated items. Think of them as part of a pattern. A good kidney-supportive morning routine might look something like this. You wake up and start with a glass of plain water. Then, depending on your preference, you choose either green tea, a diluted cranberry drink, or a balanced berry smoothie as part of your breakfast. You avoid loading the morning with sugar. You keep sodium reasonable. You do not skip hydration. And you repeat that pattern consistently. That is what makes the difference. Not perfection, consistency. Your kidneys do not need you to be extreme, they need you to be steady. Even one improved drink choice each morning can begin shifting the direction of your habits. And when habits improve, your body often follows. Final thoughts. When you look closely, protecting your kidneys does not begin with complicated routines, expensive supplements, or dramatic detox programs. It begins with simple daily choices. The first drink you choose in the morning, can either support hydration, balance, and healthier kidney function, or it can quietly increase the burden your body carries all day long. Cranberry juice, when unsweetened and used wisely, may support urinary tract health and help your system start fresh. Green tea provides hydration and antioxidants in a light, calming way that fits beautifully into a smarter morning routine. Healthy smoothies, when made with balanced ingredients like berries and unsweetened yogurt, can nourish your body without overwhelming it. And plain water remains the foundation of all of it, because without enough fluid, the kidneys simply cannot work as smoothly as they were designed to. The most important thing to remember is this: kidney problems often build slowly, but so does kidney protection. That is actually good news, because it means small changes matter. A better drink tomorrow morning matters. Choosing water before sugar matters. Replacing a harmful habit with a supportive one matters. Your kidneys work for you every hour of every day, filtering, balancing, protecting, adjusting, and helping keep your internal world stable. They do all of that quietly, without applause, and usually without complaint, until the damage is already there. So give them support before they have to beg for it. Start tomorrow morning. Choose one drink from this list. Keep it simple. Keep it consistent. And let that one decision become the beginning of a healthier direction for your whole body.